Should we build a magical snowman? What do you think? Let's do it.
Obviously not talking to me.
In the story of a man who got a second chance to be the world's coolest dad,
As long as you hold someone in your heart, you can never lose them.
Jack
You're watching Rocking at the Movies with Shane Comley-White. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment. With me, Shane Comley-White, and we are going into a movie which I felt when I watched this many years ago and when I rewatched it now, it was extremely sad at points, comical and so much fun, but still very, very sad. So I don't want to give away the whole movie itself. Michael Keaton is the main actor in this movie. He plays the dad of this loving family. It's his wife, his daughter, and himself. He is a musician, and because he is in the industry of the arts, it is so difficult to keep bringing in the money. So he is always busy. He's always traveling. He's always on tour, going from location to location, to gig, and he's actually missing out on his family quite a bit. So it's quite intense. Where as a man, you got to work so hard to just feel like you have value, especially now, because now they're saying that men are valueless and worthless, and it's quite devastating knowing that that's how people are starting to see men, and it's hard. And personally, it's extremely fulfilling when you have worked hard, you've achieved something, and you can provide for those around you, and it's definitely worth it. So this movie touched home a little bit, and in that sense it did. But then what happens is shame. He was on the way in a car. He was driving through a blizzard and a snowstorm, and he got into an accident and he died. So he never returned home to his son and his wife. And he basically gave his son just before that as a bit of a farewell present of a harmonica. And he says, "This is a magical harmonica. If you ever need me, if you ever want me to hear you, just play that. And no matter where I'm in the world, I will hear you." So tragedy happens. He loses his life. The family loses his dad. Christmas comes around. The boy has to man up and stop becoming the father, where he has to shovel the driveway of all the snow that's in the way and gathered throughout the time. And he just collapses and goes crazy. But at one stage, he builds the snowman out in the garden using some of the scarf that was his dad, and doing the best that he can with the snowman in all of his pain that he's dealing with, because his dad and him used to build the snowmen together. But then he plays the harmonica, and a magical thing happens where the snowman actually becomes alive. But what happens is it brings the spirit of his dad back and inserts it into the snowman. So the snowman is actually his dad. His dad doesn't realize it though. So this is where the comical side of it comes in. Dad doesn't realize it, and he looks in a reflection, and then he realizes, oh my goodness, he's a snowman. So obviously everything goes crazy and he's all confused. The son doesn't believe him because he doesn't look like him, and it's like a monster that's coming to peer through his window. So everything goes completely crazy with that. But the amazing part, and this is where the heartfelt part is this is the time where a father could spend the last holiday with his son and actually catch up on the time that he lost with all the time that he was busy working. And he actually had one last opportunity to spend the time with his only child, his son, someone that he wanted to inspire and teach and bring up in the best possible way. So it's hard. It's really hard. And the son just wants to save the snowman, because what happens to snowman? The weather gets a little bit hot, it melts, and you don't want that to happen. So he goes on an adventure to find a way to prolong the melting of this particular snowman. And I'm not going to give away the end of it. Like I say, it's quite heartfelt. Great movie, fantastically good movie, incredible music, incredible acting. Michael Keaton is a brilliant actor, and this is when he was in his prime as well. So I'm going to implore you to go and watch that movie. I think you'll definitely love it. All right, everybody, have a great one. Cheers, bye. You're watching Rocking at the Movies with Shane Comley-White. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment.